So this is the photo of my hand.
She woke up in a hospital bed with no memory of how she got there. Just a bruise on her hand with a puncture wound in the middle.
I just remember first of all thinking, why am I here? What's going on? And when it immediately, I just knew, I was like, well, I've clearly been spiked.
Sarah had been on a night out with friends. They called an ambulance when she became unwell, one of several young women who now thinks they've been spiked with an injection.
I just do feel completely violated and vulnerable. I just don't know their intent. Obviously, immediately you think of sexual assault and what potentially could have happened if my friends weren't there.
For young women queuing for nightclubs in Nottingham, this is just the latest reason not to feel safe. Sarah's is one of 7 reports of injection spiking now being investigated by police here.
People on a night out have long had to get used to covering their drinks to avoid them being spiked. But what makes this new trend quite so frightening is the difficulty in defending yourself against a needle in the leg or the back.
It's just tiring at this point because there's so much we can do to protect ourselves, but then there's another thing and another thing.
It's like terror because genuinely we don't know what's going to happen to us when we go out. Like, it's so indiscriminate.
Me and my friends are very sceptical of going out because of it, which is a shame because you shouldn't have to change the way you're experiencing life.
Concerns about needle spiking aren't confined to Nottingham. In the past few days, there have been similar incidents reported in the West Midlands, Leeds, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Stirling and Dundee. Do you have any idea why somebody might want to do this?
It can be somebody looking to steal from an individual or maybe lead on to a sexual offence. We haven't had any follow-on offences as a result of somebody believing that they have been injected with an item or that an item might have been put in their drink. So we don't have a clear motive.
The Home Secretary has asked police forces for an update following the rising number of reports. Meanwhile, many female students are planning a nightclub boycott next week, demanding more is done to protect them. Ben Chapman, ITV News, Nottingham.